Hey, what's up guys? It's Claudio here, and today we have another race coming at you from North Carolina. I'm down here, originally from Brooklyn, but I'm visiting my family, hanging out. I went to high school here. So I came down, I saw that there was this race. I wanted to check it out, the Herbalife. This is the 4-5 race. It's a 30-minute criterium. Really excited about this. It's a 30-minute race, so it's a lot shorter than what I'm used to. Usually I'm racing like 45, 50 minutes. And we're starting out here on the neutral lap. This course is fun. It's fast, it's open, it's got some technical turns. Super hyped about it. Guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, leave a comment, smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for all the new subscribers that hopped on recently. And if you also would like to follow me on Instagram, I post all of my workouts on Instagram, on my stories, Claudio_Fierro. So let's get into it. We got the neutral lap. It's starting out, I'm feeling everything out. There's like 37 people in this field. Big field, love it. And I am really excited about my fitness. I feel like this month, my fitness has come to a peak. I have been using TrainerRoad. Here are my stats so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. FTP is 280, it went up a little bit. I'm at 4.1 watts per kilo. I weigh 151 pounds. And max heart rate is around 192. And like I said, I train on TrainerRoad about 10 to 12 hours a week. So the race just started, by the way. This is the first official lap. TrainerRoad, I have been doing, for the past year, I've been doing the whole TrainerRoad deal, right? So base training, the build, and the specialty. I just finished the specialty, the rolling race specialty. It was great. It really helped me peak. And I can feel that peak fitness right here at this race. A lot of surging, a lot of covering of attacks, and I'm able to recover relatively quickly, enough to continue to do that throughout the race and not get popped. Usually I'm getting, well, last year I was getting dropped at like every race. Even this year, I raced some criteriums getting dropped. And I noticed the trick, and everybody says it in the comments, everybody says it in all the video, the NorCal, the vegan cyclists, all those guys. And it's like, you know, don't break in a criterium. But of course, beginners like myself, you break instantly because you're afraid of every little thing, right? But I noticed that if you stay towards the front, you break less. And it makes it so much easier. Like here, I'm not braking, I don't think. We're not going very fast anyways. But what you have to do is you have to hold your line, and you weave in and out and through the peloton, and don't be afraid of that. So I'm feeling out this race. The wind played a role, although I was unclear about it. It's something like that, like it's, if you saw right there, I didn't brake. I don't think I braked, and I moved up like 4 slots, right? Anyways, the wind is, I was a little confused. I was throwing grass in the air and trying to figure it out, but it's something like that. And we're feeling it out. So what's great about this criterium, it's wide open. It's got this hill. It's got like a 3% hill, the start, stop, finish. And that was interesting. You know, a nice little kicker there. People would attack on that hill, and you'd have to cover it. This turn is kind of a make or break. I'm watching it as we go along, and I'm noticing sometimes when I'm braking, I think I brake there a little bit, but certainly you had to get used to not braking on that, because this is a speedy section here. And if you get gap there, it's so hard to close that gap. So one thing that I noticed is there were some teams here. There was a big team or a club, I don't know what it was, it's a club team, whatever you want to call it, of relatively beginner riders and some more experienced riders. And there was one guy that's kind of the leader. You see what I did right there? I moved up like 15 slots just because I didn't break. Amazing, right? So there was a team, and there's like a team leader who's in my rear view camera, I believe. And I think he watches the videos. He said hello. He's awesome. So he was kind of like coaching people, his team, throughout the race, and he was being really encouraging. And he was encouraging to me, like, let's go, Brooklyn, let's go, when I was falling back after an attack. So I like that. You know, you don't get a lot of that in New York, because people in New York are kind of jerks. No offense to New Yorkers. It's part of the charm. But in the South, in North Carolina, people are just nicer. And you notice that instantly in criteriums. People are just out to have a good time. They're not out to be jerks. There's no sarcasm. You guys, you know how many times I've heard like sarcastic remarks in New York, like nice line. You know what I mean? But when you mess up a line, you'll get that in New York. You won't get that down here. So I enjoyed that. I remember the South. You know, I went to high school here, and that's one of the nice things about racing down here. So we have this. We have people working together, teams. They didn't really in this race. I don't know if the teams really played out. You know, in the 4-5 categories, it's hard to work as a team because the fitness levels are all over the place and experience levels. So it's hard to really do things. But I really like this guy who was like helping out. He was clearly more experienced, and he was helping out his other club mates, teammates. So we had that going on. Let's see what else. I'm feeling out everything. I'm starting to know who the players are, who's up at the front, who's attacking, how aggressive people are being. And one of the things that happens a lot, I want to talk about this, is that people tend to call lines like inside. You heard the guy taking the inside. He's calling the inside, so the people in front of him know that he's coming, and they don't close the door or whatever, or it's like safe. And I get it. People want to be safe, and they want to let people know that they're around and they're coming up. And that's totally fine. I understand that. I've done that before. But what happens is some people, they'll call the inside. And if you don't let them in, they'll get pissed. I'm like, what do you, if you're gonna call the inside and somebody closes the door on you, don't get pissed. Don't yell back. You know, this is a competitive race. If you do that on the last 2 laps of a race, and you know, of course, people are gonna start to close the insides. I certainly am. So what I'm saying is, feel free to call lines, but you know, if somebody doesn't let you in, don't cry about it. I raced a 1, 2, 3, 4 race, and nobody's calling lines there. People are taking whatever they want. Just stick your elbows out and muscle your way through it. If you're gonna dive through the inside, dive through it. Have the guts to go in and just, like I said, muscle your way through that and hold that line. Or just be ready to break if somebody closes it. And we got a tax. I spiked it up to 1,000 watts. People tend to do that on this little hill. And I didn't want to commit to it, or I was probably tired. I realized that I shouldn't go with that. I should let them fill it in, because I just didn't want to overextend myself. You can catch people right here. If you take that turn and you don't brake, you see what happens there. I just closed that gap. And another thing, these attacks that happen in the 4-5 races, they last like 20 seconds. People generally don't have the fitness to do an attack like that and then do like 2 laps hard to stay away. That is a really difficult thing to do. It takes a lot of fitness to do that. And generally speaking, the 4-5s are not going to have that kind of fitness. I certainly don't. So I was realizing that, and I wasn't afraid to go with the attacks because I knew that they'll eventually slow down. And here's one lap later, we're slowing down, right? Back to 21 miles an hour. So, very, very interesting how the more you race, the more you feel things out, the more you get these ideas about how things work and how to catch up to people, how to catch breaks. Let's see how I take this turn. I'm squeezing in, you see that? I didn't want to brake, I squeezed in and I moved up 3-4 slots. That's key. That is really key. And now I'm in the draft. There's a little gap, but I'm okay. I'm fine with this. And we got some surges. People are coming in. I got to stay on top of that. I got to find the wheel and get in there. It's getting a little messy, right? People all over the place. Like, what's going on here? Okay, now single file. It takes a second for people to understand, what to do, who's attacking, what's going on, chasing. But eventually things get kind of organized. But generally it's not. Let's see what else. Guys, I have a bunch of videos coming up. I have a video on TrainerRoad, my 1-year TrainerRoad review. I'm gonna go over all the FTP gains that I made, all the different workouts, the whole thing. I'm gonna do a whole review on it. That's coming up. I have another video, it's like a bike review. I'm gonna talk all about my bike, all the different upgrades that I've made in the past 3 years. I really pimped it out. And that is in the works. So stay tuned for that. So this is a speedy section, we're moving. And again, it doesn't seem like a brake can get away at this race. Although I am relatively at the front the whole time. My fitness is just, it's good. I'm able to stay in the front. What can I say? If this was 1 year ago, forget it, I would have been done. I would have been popped. On that first corner here would have destroyed me. We got some elbows. All right. You don't see that a lot in 4-5 races. I'm cool with that, It's not like if you're a beginner and you're getting elbowed, you're gonna be like, what in the world is happening? But it's totally a thing that happens. It's fine. I've never really done that. I mean, I've stuck my elbows out going through, cracks. Oh, this hurts. This hurts. In the wind. I'm in the wind. I'm not doing too many watts though. Let's see what's happening here. It doesn't hurt that much. They're slowing down. They know, So this is fine actually. So we close that. But anyways, elbows, this is a contact sport. It's fine. When you're starting out, if you get elbowed, you freak out because you're not used to that. Some people headbutt, and that's actually acceptable. It's like in the rules, you're fine as long as you don't take your hands off the handlebars. I have never been headbutted, but I honestly, if I get headbutted, I'm gonna be pissed. I would be pissed, and I would like fight back. Not fighting really, but I would definitely stick my elbows out. Like, get your head away from me. But it is a thing. It's fine. It's like it's what people do. It's more in the more competitive categories, 1, 2, 3s, that you'll see that kind of stuff. Here, people are relatively nice. You can move through the cracks. You can take aggressive lines. I've talked about this in the category 4-5s. If you're aggressive, people will let you in because they are generally not as confident. Some of them, I would say like half the field is a 5 maybe, and they're not confident with contact or getting too close, right? Getting close is scary. I remember, of course, 1 year ago, less than a year ago, I'm scared to death to be like so close to people, especially during a turn like this. This is terrifying. This used to terrify me right here, this position, going into a turn, leaning your bike over and staying there and holding a line next to a bunch of people. It's really scary. It takes time. It takes so much time. So if you're in there and you can't take turns, you're having trouble with that, just remember that it comes with experience. You have to race. You have to get used to that, going 28 miles an hour, leaning your bike over, and having a bunch of people around you. You can only just race and figure that out. It's hard to do that, with friends in a non-racing environment. That's why I encourage everybody to get out there and race as much as possible. Even if you don't have the fitness, you could still get used to that feeling of being around people in a race environment, not in a group ride, not with your friends hanging out at the parking lot, in a race environment. It's very different. It's completely different. I've done group rides, I've done things with people. It doesn't even begin to approximate what it feels like at a race. Racing is racing. It's a vibe. It's a feeling, it's exciting, it's scary. People want to win. That's what they want to get to the line first. So it brings out all kinds of things. All kinds of excitement, nervousness, anxiety, and that changes how people ride. I'm watching, I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember what's happening here. I'm just moving up. I'm finding wheels that are going up and I'm going there. I like it. I like my style of riding. I've come quite a ways. Check out some of my videos last year, and I'm totally a different rider. I mean, it's cringe to see me, but I was just scared. This stuff let's face it, it's scary and it's dangerous. And there was a crash on the last lap. And it's just, we're doing dangerous stuff here. There's no way around it. Like, this is crazy. It's kind of a crazy thing that we're doing. And I think we like it. That's why we do it, right? We like it. We like the danger. I personally have never really gone down. I've never hit the pavement, so I haven't felt that yet. I'm sure I will. And it might change the way that I feel about everything. But right now, I'm okay. As far as I'm taking some risks whenever I can, whenever I feel it, and I'm diving a lot in this race, diving the inside. I've noticed, it's one of the things that I noticed watching stronger riders, more experienced riders. They get down, when there's a tight turn, they get their head, they're in the drops, and they get their head and their chest down to their handlebars. Lower your center of gravity, and then you lean, and it's way easier, and it's way faster. And I saw someone do that. I saw several people do that in the race that I raced with 1-2-3s last month. You get your head down, and you're able to turn a lot better, with more speed and more confident. The bike just feels better that way. So get low. Get in there, get low, and have confidence, because racing, a lot of it is about confidence, and that takes time to build. And I did the whole race in the drops. A few times I had to shake my hands out. It does get, for some reason, it numbs out my hands, like towards the end. So I have to shake them out. That's kind of normal. It takes some endurance to be in the drops for that long. But anyways, after this race, I raced the 3-4. But I was all about this race. This was the race that I wanted to do well on. The 3-4 was great. I survived the whole thing. I'll put up that video at some point soon so you guys can check it out. But I'm having a good time. I mean, I'm second wheel here. You can tell that my attitude is like, I want to be at the front. I want to know what's happening. If there's a break, maybe I can get in there. I don't think I have the skills, the power to sustain a break. But I wanted to be up there. I wanted to check it out. Also, obviously, you get to take better lines at the front, brake less, use less energy. It's one of the reasons why I'm able to survive this race and all my races because of, as of recently, I would say, because I'm more towards the front. We even got a little gap here, right? This guy's really pulling. And we have a counterattack. I guess he was slowing down. And what do? I hop on it. Boom. I'm just surfing wheels. I'm getting through it by hopping on. I never would have done that. I mean, I'm just staying at the front. I'm so committed to staying at the front, right? And what's this? There's a bell lap, but this is, maybe it's a preem. Oh, it's a preem lap. Forgot about that. Let's see what happens. I think people are looking around, waiting for something to happen. I don't think I was committed to any kind of a preem, even though I could. I mean, I'm in the front. I could do something. But yeah, we're all waiting for some kind of attack. Let's see who goes. Okay, here it comes. Boom. I'm not interested in it because I don't want to blow myself up. But I know I want to, on preem laps, the group gets strung out. So strung out. So it's better to be at the front because you can kind of like sag back, right? You can lose, 10 spots and you're still in mid-pack. If you don't want to go for that preem, you're still in the game. And that's what's happening right now. Just in there, it's fine. I know that they're all going to be tired and then it's going to slow down, so it's fine. All right, so let's take a look at some of these TrainerRoad workouts that I've been doing. I've been doing this one, Joe Devil, +1. It's just a bunch of intervals with like 15 seconds in between, so we got like 400 watts, above 400. We have, 3-something watts. These are Criterium type intervals. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Sustaining, covering attacks, and recovering with very little rest. Those are so important for Criterium. Here I am moving up. That's so good what I'm doing here. I'm so proud of myself. I don't break. I see people attacking from the other side and I move up and I grab it. Boom. Well, I'm getting gapped, but I'm still kind of at the front. And that's different. That's such a different riding style than what I'm used to. I'm just my mentality, right? It's a race mentality. Now I catch them, it's fine. I know they're not going to get away. So they're not getting away. We're all good. I'm still in the race. We got like 4 laps left. And things are going to get heated soon. I've been up at the front for a while, guys. I love that. I love that I have the confidence to do that. I mean, look at that. I'm following things. Well, actually, I'm dropping back. Moving backwards. I didn't want to follow that one. Maybe I was still recovering from the preem lap. I don't know. But I'm there. I've got my finger on the pulse. And now I'm starting to figure out what's going to happen towards the end of the race. I know that at this turn on the last lap, I have to be in like the top 5. Because I can't brake. If you brake on that turn on the last lap, you're not going to make it. You can't brake at all on the last lap. It's all about keeping your speed and momentum during that last lap to get you through everything. So moving up through the slots, check that out. I didn't want to brake. Just because they're slowing down, why should I have to slow down too? Boom, back at the top. Back at the front of the race. And now I can see what's happening. I can get a handle on things. We got this hill. People aren't attacking. People are getting ready, you can tell. Starting to get a little bit anxious about the end of the race. 3 laps to go. Or was it 2? I don't know. It said 3. I'm getting in there. I gotta hold that line and stay towards the front. That's all I know. Keep good position from now until the end of the race. I'm really trying not to get gapped here. Staying on top of it. Trying to hold that line. Trying not to overlap. Because you never know, people will break, and you know, it's a scary thing. But I'm relatively sheltered here, 27 miles an hour and doing 0 watts, right? And now people are kind of looking around. Oh, that was tight. Let's see what, I think we have 2 laps. This might be 2 laps to go. I'll talk about these 2 laps, important laps here. What is it? 2 laps. Okay, 2 laps to go. This is important. You got on 2 laps, second to last lap, you gotta get good positioning. You gotta move through the corners. You like this. Whoa! Oh, people were scraping their pedals, clipping their pedals. You can tell it's getting fast. People want to stay up. You have to get good positioning because on the last lap, it's really hard to move. So, second to last lap, make sure you're towards the front. Make sure you're like a good top 10. And people are getting anxious. You see people clipping pedals. They want to just pedal through the corners. I'm moving up nice. I took the inside. I grabbed this wheel. And now I'm in pretty good position here. I'm moving up when I can. Constantly, it's all about moving up, moving up. People are looking behind them. And we're coming down to final lap. I have great positioning here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 5th. 5th wheel. 6th. And I gotta get this corner. It's okay, people are getting lapped. Lapped right are really dangerous there. And I stay off the brakes. You saw that lapped rider, he pushed a bunch of people behind us. So they got gapped. And I'm in this little front group. And I'm just holding. I'm trying to stay on this. I know it's crucial. I'm not really in the draft. And then, bam, a crash. Takes out 2 people. And we're just hammering it now. I'm going. I need to just stay with this as much in the draft as possible, even though I'm not getting a good draft here. But I'm not looking back. I don't know what's going on behind me. I think they're all on me, but there's a gap. And that's it. I put out a little sprint, 800 watts, whatever. And that's it, 5th place. Top 5 guys. I can't believe it. The best finish yet I've ever done. Top 5. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, for everything, especially the ones that have been with me from the beginning. This is an awesome finish. I'm really excited about it, really excited about crit racing. I have another race coming up this weekend. I might do this one again on the 22nd. Guys, see you out there. Thank you. Peace.